Okay, number 9. So you guys pay attention here. Any questions that come up, make sure you ask them at that moment. Don't wait. So 4 minus 2 times 7 over 12 to the 0 power. Is it too high? Yeah, it is. Let me know if it's too high. I can't see that on my board. So first of all, let's do what we can inside. Parentheses means two things. It means solve me first, or it means multiply. So inside, there's some solving we can do first. So what's 12 to the 0 power?
1.
So 4 minus 2 times, and then I'll just do it in like every step. 7 over 1. So that's going to become 4 minus 2 times 7. And now that's why you asked for PEMDAS. Yes, now that we have just numbers, the laws don't come into effect now because all the exponents are gone. Now we're going to do order of operations, right? So order of operations, do we multiply before we subtract, or do we subtract before we multiply? Like what do we do?
We subtract. No, we multiply.
PEMDAS, you always multiply. Hold on, let's write it down, right? We got that PEMDAS, and you're going to parentheses exponents, right? Parentheses we already did. Exponents we already did. That was the 12 to the 0. Now we got multiplication. We multiply now. So now it's 4 minus, what's 2 times 7? 14. What's 4 minus 14?
10, negative 10.
Only one person can answer that? What's 4 minus 14?
Negative 10. Negative 14.
What's 4 minus 14?
Negative 10.
Because half of you said 10 like 3 times. Negative 10. Where's your question on this? If it's on the PEMDAS part, please look at that. That should be a quick refresher. There is an order. So since now we have no more exponents at all, the laws are now out of effect. Goes back to regular PEMDAS. Multiply before you subtract. So that's number 9. Then we said 10. You said wait. Your quiz is going to start exactly at 9:08. I want to give you 20 minutes and then in the rest of the period. So, all right, number 10. Yes. And now, and there's other acronyms for it. People have like added more to it, but to go old school, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's the order you want to go into when you have just numbers and how you want to solve them. All right, number 10. So same thing. Any question arise, ask it at that exact moment. Do not wait. It's not freaking 10.
Negative.
Come on, you guys. It's not 10. It's 4 minus 14. I've heard 10 like 7 times. That wasn't like a view of just period. How do you guys keep saying 10? So now, what's the first thing I do here? Somebody, what's the first thing that I do? Say it again. I have to raise everything in the parentheses, every factor to the power of negative 2. So 4 to the negative second. X. But now what does X become though? What is X though? 4 is to the negative second. What is X? X to the 6th power, right? I multiply power to a power. And now what is Y? Say it again. All right, I have the same 3 people. I know more of you can get past the first couple of steps. So if more of you can speak, I would appreciate it. So now what do I do? I find the reciprocal of which ones?
4 and Y.
But because they have a what?
A negative exponent.
Thank you. The other ones have a negative exponent, right? So if we need to, I'll go ahead and split it apart. I'll go 1 over 4 to the second times x to the 6 over 1. That stays there because it doesn't have a negative exponent. And then we have times 1 over y to the 8th. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. That's fine. You don't have to. No, that's fine. I saw yours. You're good. It's just I know some people need this other visual of where the reciprocals come from, and that's fine. So now we're just going to combine all the fractions together. Numerator just becomes x to the 6. And the denominators, I combine those. What is 4 to the 2nd power, all of you? 16. We got to simplify it. 16y to the 8th. So however you got to this answer, you did it fine. How many of you got this?
I got it now.
Cool. If you didn't do the fraction things that I did to separate it, that's fine. You don't have to. I did it just to do it.
Can you do
No, I'm doing 9, 10, and 17. I already decided on the 3.
Wait, don't move it yet. Don't trip.
We got it. We got time. We got time. You go ahead and take your time. So if you got any questions, though, on this, let me know. So if something's like, hey. So, hey, really quick, everybody look up here. This part you do not have to do, okay? I did it just to do it to make it a little more simple on where the reciprocals came from. You don't have to do that part. I just did it now just to have more detail. You got it? All right, and now 17. That's 10. And now we do 17. All right, and after this, we'll step out. 20 x to the third, y to the negative fourth, over 2 x to the negative fourth, y to the negative 1 to the second power. Ooh, it's a nice one.
Is there gonna be a problem like that one?
It could be, yes. I like this one. All right, so what I want to do first, I want to just leave the numerator just how it is because I have some stuff I got to do with the denominator. I'm going to just leave that. Now, denominator. What's the first thing I do?
You gotta write.
You're gonna write 2 to the second power x, and then you're gonna do negative 4 times 2 to the second. So it's gonna be x negative 8. And then it's gonna be y negative 8.
Yes. All right, excellent. Now what do I do?
Now you're gonna have to flip. Are you positive?
So you're saying now you want to go ahead and find all the reciprocals?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. So I have 20 up here. What's 2 squared? Let's just write 4. Let's just leave it there. Now, everything that has a negative exponent, flip its position. So whatever's negative, flip its position. If it's not, keep it. X to the third stays here. Where does y to the negative fourth go? Denominator, right? There's up top, so I had to flip that down. So now that becomes y to the fourth down here. Where does x to the negative eighth go? Numerator, x to the eighth. Where does y to the negative second go? Numerator, y to the second. So I made too much space here. I shouldn't have done that. My bad. Wasn't paying attention. All right. You say you're so confused. How? So look, I'll say this is step 1 up here. This is step 2 down here. No, how about I change the color? Because that's not a good idea. No, I'm just showing you a way. If you have another way that works and we get the same answer in the end, you're golden. Doesn't matter. So look, man, hey, look at it closely. Don't write just to write. So now look from step 1 to step 2. See how those positions have changed. Only ones whose positions changed were the ones that had a negative exponent. Only thing you got to remember with negative exponents is just flip them. Flip them, make them positive. Now everything else goes back to normal. Yeah.
What if number 15 is really complex? I just don't know.
Not really.
So what if you have negative x and then x with 2 powers? What do you do?
We can look at it, but I'm going to do this one right now. So now let's keep going. What's 20 divided by 4?
5.
So, and now where does that value go? Numerator, right? 20 divided by 4, so we have 5. Now, x to the third and x to the eighth, right? Now, what power is this about to be right here? Like, what law is that? What law is that? What law is that? Product. People keep saying power. No, product law. Product law, what happens with the exponents? What do you do? Add them, right? So what does that become? X to the 11th. And then now you have y to the second, y to the fourth. What do I do with those? I can, right? But I can just subtract them. I have, for the most part, I have 2 y's up here. I have 4 y's down here. Right? If I just expanded it, right? Isn't that y squared up top? Okay, 2 y's. Y to the fourth on the bottom, 4 y's. If I just cancel them out, how many y's do I have left? Where? Okay, that works fine. So if you were to go ahead and do the quotient law, subtract them, you'd have a negative exponent. You flip it anyway. Either which way, you'd have y to the second on the bottom, no matter how you did it. So I mean, if you got this, or does this make sense?
Yeah.
So up here, as I know some of you said quotient law, that's cool. That doesn't matter. If I did y to the second minus 4, I end up having y to the negative second, which ends up being 1 over y to the second. So no matter how you did it, you'd have y to the second in the denominator anyway. I just chose to look at it. I know I can cancel it out, and it makes it quicker. All right.
did it turn to a 1?
Which one? What's a 1?
Right there.
You had to get up and show me something. You can't point from there.
Never mind. I thought that was your final answer. 1, and I'm like, wait. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, that's really good.
Oh, because I divided 20 divided by 4. Yeah, whatever you can simplify, you have to simplify. Whatever can divide evenly, you got to divide it evenly.